Hello, faithful viewers. This is Carl coming to you again with Carl's Tips for Picking Up Chicks. And I wanted to thank you for being so extraordinarily faithful in applying the tips which are helping the populace. So thank you for that. And today I wanted to touch the issue of, cleanliness being next to godliness. But specifically, because we have a very short time, I mean the nasal passage, because let's face it, many of us have been guilty of extracting some of the residue from the buildup in the cavity. So sometimes it can be very, very irritating when the mucus begins to flow, and then it gets combobulated and it stays in there. So many times it's because of the hairs that are located as part of the immune system that have been placed by God inside the nose. So we've got that, and we're going to have to deal with that as adults. So I wanted to show a couple of items. Now this one is the handy dandy one if you're from Mediterranean extraction, and this will really get right in there and do the job. And then if you happen to have an amount of hair that is less than that, but still problematic, you could use this, which is a bit more teeny, and it could get up inside there and help you with your grooming. And if you've got some of those wild hairs that just won't submit, you can use one of these that grabs it by the throat. You twist it around and yank it out, and that will help. And in the end, if you can't get a hold of them, there's this nifty little item that'll muckle onto it and help you out there. And ultimately there's this, which you can find at any CVS or Five and Dime. But what you want to do before the date, so that you don't end up being tempted to clean things up at the last minute. And we all know that the next problem is where to dispose of what you've discovered. So what we want to do long before the actual date is we make sure that the whole passage is cleaned up. And if you want, you can get this nasal hair remover, which is a hot product. It's new on the shelves in your local pharmacy, and it comes with one of those which is specially designed to fit into the space that we're trying to deal with. And you could disperse that chemical, which is ecologically safe, and no animals, insects, or any life form was remotely used or damaged in the process. So those of you who are ecologically conscious and aware of the zodiac and the alignments and the zing and zang and all those Eastern-esque points of perspective, this will be non-offensive to your philosophy of life and grooming. So just make sure that everything's tidy on the inside, so that you are preventative from embarrassing situations when you're very near to your lovely one. So once again, Carl's Tips for Picking Up Chicks.